Welcome back, everyone, and here we are back on Total War Rome 2. And we are on the beautiful settlement of Athens. Honestly, this is one of my favorite, especially aesthetically, one of my favorite maps in the game. I just think it's a beautiful map, and I wish that there were more, really unique maps like this one. But anyways, this is a 3 versus 3 sent in by... Oh, who sent this in? Iceni sent this in. And Iceni is being commanded by Billy Blazes. For the attackers, like I said, Iceni, Billy Blazes. We've got Carthage being commanded by Danube. And then finally, we have got Ardii being commanded by Zero Chilling. Now for the defenders, we've got Rome being commanded by Bullet. We've got Boii being commanded by... Honestly, I'm not even sure how to say his name, so I'm not even going to try and butcher it. Then finally, we have got Pontus being commanded by House Hostage, I think is what it was. But yeah, like I said, this is a 3v3, so, it's pretty decent length of time. That's usually a fair... idea that we're probably going to have a solid battle here. And what I find really interesting is Ardii going straight in with his Illyrian Noble Hoplites, not even blinking twice here. So interesting, like I said, just interesting to see a very elite unit go in right off the bat like this. A lot of players don't do that. But it does mean that if you do it, a lot of times your enemy does not have anything up front to deal with it. So it'll be interesting to see if they are able to hold out against. Typically, when you see elites, you get concentrated by archer fire and javelins and such. So we'll see if that's how that goes. So you can see the corner that they are attacking here is right up against this part of the ocean. Typically what you tend to see is you come in, you grab a hold of this tower, and then typically you'll see a push to the right towards the gate, which then gives you a wide open lane into the settlement here. This is a lot harder for the defenders to hold than this is, right? So you hit this one if you can, and typically gives you a little better success. Another cool thing about Athens is it is a settlement that is very good for cavalry. It might be the best settlement I can personally think of that is good for cavalry inside. I mean, just look how wide the streets are. There really are not very many small places. Cavalry getting loose inside of Athens is an absolute nightmare. Now, interestingly, you see the attackers were given the grace of being able to come in and blow down this side of the wall, and the defenders just now sending out a unit to kill that Levy Freeman. So now the defenders are going to have to worry about another place that the attackers can assault them through. But right now it actually looks like the initial push is actually coming right down this lane here. See a lot of Illyrian Noble Hoplites going in initially. We see a little bit of a switch going on. This one's down to 90 men. He's got 111 kills. 55, 12. Yeah, so 111 on that one. Avocati cohort, Celtic warriors. They do have a veteran spear right here that is keeping them relatively inside of this control zone for the tower. That's the one downside, is if you lose this tower, you might as well just fall back to here. Let's see if it'll give us the range. I'm pretty sure the range is... I don't know. It could be this here.
Wait here.
So like I said, you might as well just fall back to that at that point. So you definitely... It's usually something you want to put a little bit of effort into holding. Otherwise, after that, you just fall back. Pontic swords getting skinny and running into the side of the Libyan infantry. Got an Oathsworn up here, some more Avocati cohorts. Got a lot of stuff piled up here. do the attackers have any artillery? I'm pretty sure they did. I could have swore they did, but maybe they didn't spend the money on it. Yep, doesn't look like it. Never mind, because I'm going to say if they, you know, had artillery, they could just shell this. I will say I am not usually a big fan of not bringing any artillery as an attacker, just due to the fact that it allows your enemy to do exactly this. They can have all of their stuff stacked up right here if they want to, which makes it really easy to cycle, to support, do all those things, while if you had an artillery as the attacker, you would be able to punish them for stacking up all their units like that. On the other side here, we've got Evocati cohort going versus some Libyan infantry. It says combat even, but I think it's mostly due to the fact of the Evocati being winded, so I would like to see a general move up and second wind that unit. But it would really depend on what general they brought, which they did bring the second wind general. Back here you got Bronze Shield Pikes and an Oathsworn. To be honest with you guys, why? It's not worth it. You don't keep units like this, especially some of your best units sitting back here. Because think about it, if you need them at the front, it is a long walk up there. And you can't just walk them, you know what I mean? If you need them, you need them, so you got to run them. So by the time they get there, they're exhausted. It's just not good. You know, I much prefer having your units as close as you can to support the defense, and then it's a lot easier to retreat your forces than it is to reinforce from the back. Just my thoughts. I know that there are people who would tell you differently, and some people like to say, well, I'll never get back capped because I've got this. Well, to be honest with you, you should try not being back capped without having to guard your point with like 6 units. You know what I mean? It's just something that is not... You're wasting units in the end. Evocati's at 71, 49. We've got a lot of archer fire coming in as well from the defenders. Just really kind of a mosh pit at the moment. Lyrian Noble Hoplites at 72 kills, but they only have 40 men left, so... And I'm pretty sure he chevroned most of his Illyrian Hoplites himself, so it's not like they've been getting super, super high-quality kills. One of the defending generals was the commander, which gives them the rally, which is a morale bonus, and the raise the banner, which is a melee defense buff. Still got one unit here. A couple of small units left. These Lyrian Noble Hoplites apparently do not want to break for anything. Guess it helps when you have 71 base morale. Still more units coming up. You can see, well done by the attackers, keeping their armies close to the front so they can easily support their attacks. When you keep your armies way at the back, it means that you can't keep yourself supported, so by the time you bring your units up, most of the time the units that you had inside are gone. And that's not good. Because then it allows the defenders to recycle troops if they want to, or rest up a little bit, you know, regain their formations, whatever. So far it looks to me like we're going to have a primarily Carthage push and primarily RDI push. So it seems to me like they're going to try and use their Illyrian Noble Hoplites like tanks to just force their way through this area while the Carthaginian infantry fights through Boii and Rome. But we shall see, yes, indubitably. Evocati's at 81 kills. Still got a sword follower. This one's at 105 kills. That's an axe warrior, never mind.
No, never mind.
Libyan infantry going in and shield wall. And you got some Sam Knights up here. Seems to be that Icini's going to kind of play the back role here, letting the other two factions kind of, work their way in, eat all the ammunition, then have Icini come in behind and, come in with the killing power. And it looks to me like the defenders are falling back to here. On the other side, they are holding, they haven't even gone through this quite yet, so they can continue holding where they are. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen any Carthaginian archers push over to the side to begin shooting into the flanks here. All you really have are Celtic bows, and really your biggest threat are the Syrians from Rome, and they are in a different place. So, let's see, Carthage, there's one Cretan, and it looks like the other two right over here. Libyan just getting shot to pieces by the Celtic bow. It hurts. It hurts very bad. Ooh, here we go. Carthage sneaking around. Got a small little Libyan infantry, 72 men coming around the sides. And I think we might start getting some pressure here. Probably going to put some pressure here and here would be my bet. Pretty much what happens is once you put pressure here, it kind of ruins the integrity of this defensive position. So, it's not a bad way to kind of force the defenders out of a spot like that. So, I guess we'll see what ends up happening. We actually have a Levy Freeman from Iceni that's hopped on a tortoise over here. He has not quite yet, but it looks like he may be looking to break down a wall here soon. So yeah, they've pretty much given up this area. That one Roman unit is gone. 162 kills on that Evocati. Nicely done. 2 chevrons because he spent the whole time fighting Illyrian Noble Hoplites, which are a very good unit. Classic barbarian versus Hellenic. But yeah, it looks like this one's about to go. Got the Evocati still holding it for now, but they slipped by a chosen sword band, which, yeah, they're just kind of keeping the gap open, allowing more troops in. And I suspect what we're going to see now is a pause here. I don't think that they're going to push any more through this. I think now they're going to put their primary focus down this street here. Got your Eastern archers over here by Pontus. A couple Pontic swords holding that gap. Iceni not committing yet, but I'm surprised that he hasn't at least moved up to those breaches to, to at least begin looking like he's going to go in. Some more fresh Illyrian Noble Hoplites going into the breach. So right now it looks like they're trying to set up a bit of a kill box. You got Pontus and then 2 Boii troops here. 3 Boii troops now. This one's already seen some combat, 124 kills. With a chevron too, so not too shabby at all. Some more Pontic swords. Now here's the problem. Pontic swords are going to be outmatched by pretty much everything on the field here. Libyans and Samnites are going to outmatch them. The Chosen Sword Band will outmatch them. And the Illyrian Noble Hoplites will outmatch them. So it's going to come down to them being very, intelligent about how they set up and making sure they're using their javelins effectively. And honestly, probably just, making sure that Boii and Rome are assisting in those combats, because those Pontic swords are not going to hold up well against them. Some Javies coming in from the Chosen Sword Band. 25 kills so far. Oh man, look at that. Ouch. No bueno. And he pulled off to get away from that. There you go, Jabby's coming back. There's that kill box effect. Chosen Sword Band down to 114 men. Sam Knight's charging in first. Be a bit surprised if we don't get another unit here and here. I assume what we'll probably get here is a Noble Hoplite going to go this way while the Chosen Sword goes that. But looks like it's going to be the other way around. Never mind. Well, I mean, the sword or the axe warrior kind of cut them off from doing either of those things. So now the line is basically just like this. Got some Pontic swords set up, throwing some jabbies from behind. And here comes Iceni setting up to go through the breaches here soon. Got Britain Slingers moving up. I think what he might be trying to do is get into a position where he can shoot through this breach. That would be my bet. All right, so right now we've got 1, 2, 3 Bowie units and a Pontic sword. The Chosen Sword Band is already pretty beat up. He's got 64 kills, but he's taken a lot of fire and a lot of javelins. And I don't think it has been very good. So here we got one Noble Hoplite here, 97 kills, and another one preparing to go here. Other side, they're just kind of taking, they're holding their position. They're not going into that. We do have Mercenary Cretans up. Oh, and I think they were shooting into the back of the Pontics over here. Pontics did actually countercharge into the breach, which honestly kind of defeated the purpose of the kill box here. By the one Pontic charging in there, this Pontic is not getting very good Javi tosses. I mean, it's getting kills, but definitely could have gotten better kills out of that. And here they go with another Pontic up, but once again, this one's just getting shot in the back. Oh, that's not fun. That is not fun at all. No, thank you. Yeah, this Pontic only 12 kills. And here we go. Heroic Noble's coming in. All right, bringing in the big guns. It's kind of caught up on the one unit. Definitely want to try and get in there quick. And definitely want to try and get that other unit in here. On the other side, this one wavering again. Lyrian Noble Hoplites, 132. Sam Knights at 22. And then Bowie's troops doing pretty damn good. Now, the Eastern Archers have a pretty decent shot over here, if we look at it. The one bonus, or the one, saving grace for the attackers is that they are still shooting into the shield side. So that means that they aren't being quite as effective as if they were shooting from this other side, which is the sword side. Oh man, look at this. Rome deciding to not let RDI sit there and just sit there. Rome coming in. We got Evocati cohort coming out here. Look at that. Lyrian Noble Hoplites holding their ground. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Roman units counterattacking down this street. Maybe a little bit of a pull-through? Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, I think he's trying to pull through the hoplites, but I'm not particularly sure what he thinks it's going to get him, given that there's nothing behind them to get. These little ghost figures are messing my screenshots up. Make sure I actually hit a button, and I wanted to make sure it didn't mess up that I was recording or anything. I hit a button. I'm like, wait, which button did I hit? Oh no, did I stop the? I don't know. So I wanted to tap out and make sure that the recording was still going. 46 kills, 27 kills. Most of the avocados just kind of sitting around, right around 20. Brinslinger's getting shot up, and I'm a bit surprised that he brought him in here. And I mean, you got 4 Eastern archers sitting there. I guess maybe he thought it was a worthy sacrifice or something, but not what I would have done. It could be that maybe he didn't even realize the Easterns were there. I don't know. If you're watching the video, you tell me why. Yeah, and they seem to be pretty close to losing this one. More Axe Warriors by Bowie Eye. Me personally, I'm not a huge Bowie Eye Axe Warrior fan. I am solidly in the Sword Follower camp. They are an excellent, excellent mid-tier unit. Arguably one of the best mid-tier units in the game. This side over here, though, a little less guaranteed. I mean, this side looks really good for the attackers. Well, I mean, if they get some more units in, it'll look really good. Let's see, 124 and 42, 117 and 116. So they definitely need to get some more units in to be reinforcing, but this side does look good. This side, if they don't get stuff in, could be a little less so. So much archer fire. Eastern archers getting pretty solid kills. Celtics, one of them's at 81. Syrians 39 and 55 and 11. And they're continuing to duke it out over here. The Illyrian hoplites seem to be kind of trying to readjust their position a little bit. More Pila coming in from behind. We'll sneak around to the other side real quick. See some archers here. Some Iceni, I think a Chosen Sword Band. And now we've got some more Carthaginian stuff, Libyan infantry and Samnite warriors. But man, they're just getting shot up. It's very, very painful to watch. And unfortunately over here, it looks like they are getting plugged at the breach here. Looks like Pontus was able to kick them back into the breach and cut them back, cut them off. Doesn't look like they're going to be making their way inside there without more men. Cretin up here, 100 kills. They did break. They just broke the gate here. Okay, so the gate is broken and it is neutralized. So here they come. The attackers are now going to make their way right through the breach. We've got Illyrian Noble Hoplites and Libyan infantry. This is going to be a big problem, especially because they didn't stop it. They had a moment they could have plugged that, but they didn't. So this is going to create some problems on either side because it's going to start giving attack to the back penalties to both of these flanks. So, yeah, that's going to be rough. That could cause big problems for this defense on that side, at least. And to be honest with you, this Roman counterattack does not seem to be going very well. And I've seen a lot of kind of wish-washy, pull-through-y type stuff here by the Roman player, and it's not helping him. What people don't seem to understand is that by pulling their units through the other units, they a lot of times hurt themselves more than they do their enemy. In the end, when you're trying to force your way through that, you're not attacking but they are. So their unit is stabbing you while you are just like walking through their formation. So you're typically just taking losses. Leary Noble Hoplites 102 kills, and now with 2 chevrons. Now once again, they came in pre-chevroned with 1 chevron, so that means they have gained a chevron. That's pretty good. It's pretty good kills. I always say, 100 kills for a chevron, I think you did pretty good. I believe it's 500 gold worth is the limit, so once you've killed 500 gold worth of an enemy, you get a chevron. That's why more expensive units, when you kill more of them, you get chevrons quicker. Ooh. That's an Oathsworn getting shot up. It's always painful to watch. Oh man, look at that just dropping. Is that a Cretan? Yeah. Well, I guess it has to be a Cretan. Kind of a dumb question. Alright, so this is pretty much done for. To be honest with you, they might as well just fall back and hold somewhere else. Throwing stuff into this is not really going to help them at all. So this gate is just going to sit here and start shooting their units and get free kills. And that's just not going to do anything for you. I think Icini's probably might need to send something in to reinforce this, just to kind of finish it off. I don't think that they are at risk of really breaking through, but an Icini unit coming in here could do pretty well just to kind of finish off that attack, that counterattack there by Rome. Oathsworn Gen, surprisingly not the one getting shot. They shot at this Oathsworn, not at this one. They probably had a better angle on the other Oathsworn, but still. A lot of times when a general is that close to the front line, it's considered free game. I mean, it's considered open season. If you're going to risk bringing your general that close to the front line, then you are putting your general at risk. AKA not gen sniping. I'm starting to... Are they going to... Yeah, I guess they are. It looked for a moment like they were not going to hold here. That they were going to fall back even further, but it does look like they're going to hold here. They can't... the only way they can fall back further from this is if they also give up this. And to be honest with you, I think they're going to. Yep, they are. You can see all those units start moving. And now what the attackers really want to do, they want to go ahead, they want to have command orders moving. They want to be on their way already. Pontic Sword actually came out and slaughtered this poor Levy Freeman. Yeah, I would just take these units and get them moving in. You don't want to waste a lot of time in getting your units moving from the outside to the inside, especially on a big fallback like this. You can be right on the heels of your enemy. One, you can hound them. It makes them where they're under more urgency to set up their positions, and maybe you can catch them, unawares. But 2, means you're not wasting time. So what we're going to end up with, we're probably going to see a unit right there. I'm curious as to if they're going to hold this, or if they might even just pull back to something like that. Neither of them are great positions, I hate to say it. You can't really... One unit holding this position is not very good. It's just a little too big for one whole unit. So they're fully drawn out and they're not quite covering the gaps to either side, So usually it means you need 2 units to really hold this well. And that's less good than obviously something like this, which you can just, throw a unit, boom, and you're done. Now, I do question how much ammunition the attackers still have on those Cretans, because they are giving up the hill. This hill is hugely impactful to the defense, or to attacking this center area. It really puts the defenders at an awkward position, because they really can't do a whole lot about it. Bounce power seems to me to be just a little bit in favor of the attackers. Got the Roman general over here. He's moving around. You can see all the archers sitting back here. Not sure exactly what their plan is. They aren't holding here. And now we can't really see, so it looks like they're really just like setting a whole bunch of stuff up back here. Pontic's sword gonna hold that position. Hold the line! It's gonna be interesting. I'm intrigued to see how they do this. Honestly, I think what I would do, how healthy are the Illyrian nobles? There's really only one. So never mind. I was going to say the Illyrian nobles would probably be a really good unit to put in here to just start shoving their way through here. But I don't know that the one here is healthy enough, because I think that's the only one left. All these units need to be moving. At least be setting up, you know. Get them close to the front so that they can begin moving around. You don't want to be waiting on them. That's how you just waste a lot of time. There we go. Now we can see what they're doing. They're setting up like this. And here come the stuff to the top. So Britain slingers are getting up. They might be able to get some angles here. Obviously, slingers don't always like to shoot off of cliffs. Just the game mechanics are a little wonky when it comes to it. But the Cretans, if they've got any ammo, could definitely use that hill. Got 100 and 122 and 143, so I don't think they do. Or at least not much. So they do still have ammo, but I'm going to bet probably not more than a quarter. This one's out at 143. I'm honestly intrigued to see whether or not the attackers push this, I think they will, but I think it might take them a little bit, because there's some beefy stuff here, and these Oathsworn are pretty scary. 48 kills. Oh, and he's got javies, so the general's bodyguard getting javied, but he's willing to take it. Carthaginian general just going in on the Celtic bows. I wonder if he's going to try and... Well, he's charging. Okay, so he's charging the Oathsworn that are out of position. But he is pretty well and truly SOL. And I'm really surprised that he decided to go in like this. He has a lot of troops left. $45, $46. $58. Yeah, he's going to go down here in a moment. There she blows. $28 kills on the, yeah, so he's general dead. So that could be impactful later on. Yeah, so now the Illyrian Noble Hoplite is going in, and like I said, I think this is the right call here. I think that's the best unit to be in that position. Iceni going big flank around the back, which is not a bad idea. This is a very large position to hold, and as you can see, Boei doesn't have that much holding it. So, you know, I think this is a good idea by the attackers, just trying to expand and exploit as many angles and different ways of attack as they possibly can to keep the defenders on edge here. Got 2 bronze shield pikes here by Pontus. So the bronze shield pikemen are gonna put a pretty stern stop to that side, which means that we're gonna be basically down to this and this. I think this is a good opportunity for the attackers here. Wonder if these Libyans, I'm guessing they don't have any more Javies because I bet he'd be trying to use it. Yeah, because this would be a great opportunity here. Evocati is probably going to do some pretty good damage here, but the Illyrian Noble Hoplite, well, he's pretty hurt, so never mind. Evocati should be able to handle this, especially with the Pontic sword behind him. Then I assume we'll pretty quickly see a reinforcement troop come in, whether it's the Libyans or not. This is a tough spot here. You can see the defenders actually kind of, it seems to be deciding to just kind of hold like that. I'm not 100% sure why. I don't think it's going to do them any favors. Because it just means that, like, you can't hold this. So if you're going to hold back there, I mean, you might as well just have, like, held like that. You know what I mean? You just need to keep yourself in the circle. So you could have just set up something like this. Then you wouldn't be wasting troops over here, and you would be able to defend a little bit better, I think, against the 2 positions of attack from Iceni and Carthage. Oh, we got painted ones. Now, this could be really interesting. Painted ones have got a good fear effect, so, you know, as this battle starts to wind down, they may be able to start like a chain route here. I like that. Yeah, see, they're trying to rush out of that position. I hate to say one of those units, well, I guess they're not pursuing, so I was going to say one of those units probably should have stayed there to hold them down, but they're not pursuing these 2 units, so I guess they could just walk away. They are getting shot in the back here. Cretans with that little bit of ammo that they've got. That is another bonus to the way they're defending now, is that the archer angle from the hill is not as bad. I still, why are we doing this? I don't understand this. And I don't understand why Pontus is falling back even further. They really just draw the line right there and call it. I don't get what they're doing. And your Evocati, you have 2 pikes here, so the Evocati doesn't need to be here. Bring your Evocati and have it help defend the more urgent position, which is this. Yeah, just some interesting decisions here by the defenders. And you're wasting even though it's a small Roman unit, you're wasting a Roman unit out here all by itself. Yeah, see that? And now they're shooting over here at the Briton Slingers, because the Briton Slingers do have ammo, so they are taking shots. So it's a good thing. I was going to say earlier that they could honestly probably benefit by bringing those pikes over here and setting them up in this spot. But given the archer and slinger power that they have left over here, honestly, it's probably a good thing they didn't. This may be the best position for those pikes, just to prevent any. This is 4 units over here from Carthage that are not in this combat. I still think this Roman unit should be over here. The Celtic bows, are they out of ammo? No, but they are being pushed off by the slingers. This whole line is all cockeyed, and I just don't understand it. I think that's the slinger still. I think he was even getting sword side shots. So what I would do is set your line like this. Take away the shot. Don't just sit there and give it to him. And here we're going to waste an Evocati. Once again, it just doesn't need to be there. You have 2 of some of the best pikes in the game standing here with really nothing that can get through them. There's no archers over here. These guys are just regular swords, so they easily could just come fight, or just run away. Come help over here. And Bowie just giving up the line. Get back in there. Get back in there, Bowie. Come on, Bowie. What are we doing here, guys? Okay, this is fine. You put the general in and bring your other Oathsworn over here. Cut off the painted one. Iceni's got a lot left back there, man. Although they do seem to be relatively smaller units. Why are we bringing our pikes over here now? I guess if you can deal with the Carthaginian units, and that's fine. Because honestly, this is where you want your pikes. In all reality, this is where you want them. And then they dismounted their general? Why? Why'd you dismount your general? Why are you sending your general in as an infantry unit with 40 men? I don't understand that. Now that you got your pikes over here, you could totally send one of those Oathsworn over here to help kill this. Those pikes will do fine. So this Oathsworn right here, 72 men, send them to the other side. Take them to the other side and have them go help kill those Carthaginian units. Easy peasy. Yeah, you definitely want to get rid of those Briton slingers, though. I think he pulled this pike out because it was probably getting shot by those slingers, would be my bet. Yeah, just a bit odd. Good. I mean, I think they're going to be able to finish this. It might be a bit close. I still don't understand why they dismounted their legatus. And they've got kind of this weird hodgepodge situation going on here. Samnites and Libyans are tough, man. Still think you should have sent this, like, this tiny little Oathsworn over. And take your pikes and put them in right there. Put your pikes right here. Right up against the painted ones. Good morale buffs. Watch your general, you're facing the wrong direction here. And I'm amazed they're not shooting you for it. This side, at the moment, is pretty well held. You know, you got your Bronze Shield Pike. I don't think they're really getting through you there. Oathsworn are going to do some good damage. 119, 112. I haven't been seeing them use Headhunt. I think what is going to be helpful here, or could be helpful here, is the fact that the Carthaginian general is dead. But man, they're just ripping right through. I just don't know if this one hurt Evocati and all these out of ammo archers. I hope they're out of ammo. If these archers have ammo, you're making a huge mistake. But I just don't think it's enough to kill one Sam Knight and one Libyan. And what is this? No! What is this? What are you doing? Why? What are you protecting? You're not protecting anything. What? What? Get that pike out of that position. It's completely useless there. Where you need that pike is somewhere like over here, so that maybe your Oathsworn might be able to go do something like, I don't know, go save your flank over here, which is under extreme danger of collapsing. Oh, my Lanta. Where'd the other unit go, though? There were 2 units over here. Now I only see 1. This one's too healthy to be one of them. They were both like at 100-something. Unless they somehow got one. Yeah, I guess they got one of them to break. 61 men. Wow. So the Libyan is the only one. Oh my god, 468 kills. Well, that's all of the Eastern archers here. Oh my god, what a waste of a pike unit. God. Oh, that's frustrating. Oh, here's the issue. So your line is set up right here. So that means that any holes that get through here are places where that enemy can get behind your line and honestly just collapse it, okay? So one of your best line holding units you have holding a building. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. 2 pikes. These 2 pikes would fit beautifully right here. And your Oathsworn would be able to do so much work going into different places, filling the gaps, helping other positions. Oh, man. I just think it's a big waste of a unit. And I think they're just creating way more work for themselves at this point. So the other problem is that also means that this pike unit is not in any way, shape, or form, or any chance getting any kills, right? He's got 28 kills right now. So what they did is they put the pike that was here originally, they moved it over, and then put the other pike that was here, they put there. So this pike has 7 kills. This pike has 28 kills, and at this point is not getting any more. Don't shift your pikes like that. Please, you guys are... You have a chance to win this game. Right now, you do have a chance to win this game. The balance power is almost dead even, but if you make a mistake, you will lose. Your Oathsworn are just on the brink of breaking. This one is down to... Or wait, this... Wait, where is he? 32 men, okay? 32 men. And you've got 300-something men sitting over here. So they did break this over here. Now all those, like, scrap units from over there are moving over here now. You can see Iceni actually getting wrapped up by a bunch of Eastern Archers and a Pontic Sword. Iceni's relatively healthy, though. Carthage still has decent amount of troops as well. This just it boggles my mind. And yes, I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to keep talking about it because of the fact that it's still happening. Look at this. This Oathsworn can't fill this gap. So why... If they lose, I'm calling... No! No! Stop it! Stop! Stop! Do not! Pikes don't attack like that. No, 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 no. Not in this position. Not in this big open area. You don't do that. Get back in your position and stop it. Stop. Oh, they're going back to back. Oh my gosh. Why? Just why? They don't need to. Oh, my Atlanta. Oh, this is frustrating. Just... It's fine. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. Heroic Noble, 160 men still. Chosen Sword Band, 106. Still have a healthy Carthaginian unit, 94 men. Oathsworn, 187. These Oathsworn are not... They should have been getting way better kills previous to this. I feel like... And see... And now... They're just going to charge right into the flank of both of your pike units. Guess what? You got this covered. You got this covered. But you know what you ain't got covered? You ain't got that covered. And you ain't got that covered. Well, you kind of have this covered because of the Pontic Sword General. But fact of the matter is you're getting attacked in the side. And pikes, that's bad. That is very bad. Losing decisively. Well, now they're not... I don't even know. It's fine, everybody. I'm a bit surprised that Iceni has not got more units coming into this combat. He's got units sitting back here that I think he could be using a little bit better into these flanks and supporting his general. I mean, these are relatively healthy Chosen Sword Band units. I just don't think the defenders have enough. I think they had enough. I think when they had this set up the way they had it, I think they were doing extremely well. And then they started doing this bonkers stuff with their Bronze Shield Pikes, and my brain exploded because I think they're going to lose them the game. Plain and simple. All they needed to do was keep themselves in this ring. They're in the ring, that's all that matters. It means that the attackers cannot capture the victory point fully. That's all they needed to do. And they were doing perfectly fine. And they would have done even better had they not done this wacko stuff with their pikes. I'm sorry if any of the defenders are watching the battle. I apologize if I'm being harsh. But man, you lost yourself the game. I'm sorry, but I just don't see any way of coming back from this. Your pikes are getting hit from both angles, and it's just tearing you to pieces. 111, 102. Yeah, just now your Oathsworn General surrounded. Yeah, that's GG. Attacker victory. Iceni pulling this one out. And just by a complete, just meltdown by the defenders. I'm sorry, but I think they had every opportunity to win this battle. They were dead even, and honestly, there was a point where I don't think Iceni had enough to get through the position that they had set here. And then they just gave it up. They just gave it up. A good battle. Don't get me wrong. A good battle. But sometimes good battles can still be really frustrating when they maybe shouldn't have gone the way they did, but then they did because of just bad decisions, and a lot of bad decisions. And there were a lot of bad decisions that were made here in the last chunk of time. But GG, good battle overall, a fun battle. Definitely closer than I really expected it to be honest with you. Let's look at some kills here. First off, Zero Chilling, 1,470 kills. He brought all Illyrian nobles, and he got shot to shit. That's really, honestly, what happened here. Good kills, though. Billy Blazes, as I seen. I said RDI here for Zero. 2,200 kills for Billy. Heroic Nobles did pretty good. This one, his general is really healthy still. 253 on Chosen Sword Band, 283. Pretty good across the board. I Danube as Carthage, 2,605 kills. I'm assuming this is an in-house player, but I don't know who he is. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section. His archers did pretty good. His infantry did pretty good. 559 kills with 3 chevrons. 201, 315. For the defenders, we've got, I don't really know how to say his name, but Boyai, 1,918 kills. 281 on the general. His archers, honestly, not bad. Axe Warriors, I'm just not a fan. Just not a fan. Sworn, I definitely think they could have done a little bit better. 190, 149. They're okay. It's okay. Rome here, 1,574 kills, 100%. I hate to say it, man, could have done better on this one. Um, I think there were some mistakes where you left some units out kind of in bad positions to die. And then all that pulling through that was happening, I don't know if it was on purpose. I'm not saying it was or wasn't, but it was killing you. It was killing you. House Hostage as Pontus, 1,774 kills. Archers, they did okay. The Pikes, 100% could have done better. I hate to say it, they broke way earlier than they needed to. Pontic Sword, 389 kills, though. Really well done there. Honestly, looking at kills, this game was a lot closer than the kills tell you. But that's honestly, in my opinion, what makes a really good game. So that is going to be it for today's battle. Thank you guys so much for joining. Don't forget that if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we will see you guys next time.